My name is Rachel and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I became more acquainted with Booktube in December 2019. I was feeling like I needed some more fiction reading in my life, and I decided to look up some different readathons online to see what would be fun. And I found Tomb Infinity's Science Fiction Challenge, which had already passed, but I still ran my own mini one in December just so I could get started reading. In that same blog post where I found hers, and I don't remember, so I'm sorry I can't link it, I also found Book Roast, who does a Harry Potter challenge, which I'm getting excited for because she's doing one next month in April, which I plan on doing. From watching their videos, then I started watching other Booktube videos, and I got really excited and was like, how has this whole community been happening? And I never knew anything about it. And I got hooked and started spiraling from there. And as I watched more and more, I decided that I wanted to join. I wanted to be a part of the people who are talking about books because I love to talk about books. My YouTube channel is RK Stumbling Bear, which is my name. The R stands for Rachel, which is how I introduced myself at the beginning of the video. And RK Stumbling Bear is the name I have chosen for an author name. And I do write fiction. I like to write fantasy and science fiction, which also happens to be what I enjoy reading. I tend to write more fantasy, I find, but the fun thing is I actually like to read more science fiction. So one thing that made me want to join the community is I wanted to be able to share more science fiction books. A lot of the community talks about YA, there's a good section that talks about fantasy, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about science fiction, which is the genre I love. I get most of my books from the library when I'm wanting to read, which leads my husband to tease me that I have my library from the library. This shelf is basically my TBR shelf. It's my books from the library, the books I own that are fiction, and my books I own that are nonfiction. I do read widely. I am not a fan of World War II historical fiction or horror. So science fiction is primarily my love. I love fantasy as well, and I like YA. As I've gotten older, I find I am pickier about my YA. I just can't read any YA. So some of my favorite authors, the ones that I started reading as a teenager, are Tamora Pierce with her Alana series, and she's someone I will read anything that comes out. Robin McKinley is another one that I absolutely adore. She writes more standalone novels, not series. And then I really like Patricia Reed. So a book I just finished is The Black Drums by P. Jelly Clark, sorry. And this is a fantasy. I would think it would fall in YA. It's kind of steampunkish, and it was just a lot of fun. And it's a novella, so it's a pretty short read. I highly recommend this. This is also on the Nebula shortlist. This book is not on the Nebula shortlist. His other book is on the Nebula shortlist, which is how I found him and how I just was like, I have to read everything by him because he is awesome. I am currently a master's student. I am studying library and information science, and I get most of my new reads from the library, and that is just because I want to support them. I want to support what they do, what they can get, and so instead of buying books myself, I tend to ask the library to buy them, because if I love them, I want more people to love them. I do keep a list on Goodreads of the books I want to own myself, and my bookshelf that has all of the books that I own and I'm not ever going to give away is in a shared office that I have with my husband. This is just my TBR shelf. So I know a popular question is if you prefer physical books or ebooks. I prefer physical. I can read ebooks, I can do audiobooks, but only if I can't get a hold of the physical copy. I prefer just having the book in my hand. There's something really relaxing about that. And I don't care if it's hardback or if it's paperback, either one works for me. It's a little bit easier to get a hold of paperback generally for me. As you could see, most of my owned is paperbacks. There are some hardbacks in there, but I get whatever I get from the library. And if you want to find me on another location, I do have a website that I will link below. and that is where I review the books. So I don't plan to do video reviews. I don't enjoy watching them, so I figure if you want to know more about a book I'm reading, you could check it out there. I also am going to link my Goodreads account, and a word of warning, I use my Goodreads account to keep track of all the books that I want to read. And so my want to read list is like 12,000 because that's how I keep track of the books so I don't forget them.